Hello everyone! This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series, today we are going to continue on with our new unit that we started this week, how to talk about services and systems at work. So, businesses have to adopt new services all the time, and those services bring with them difficult new systems, databases, protocols, all these things. So we're working on how to describe those services and systems, and eventually, in fact, starting today, we're going to be talking about how to convince someone that adopting a service is beneficial. So good key expressions to add to your business English today. While we're waiting for people to join us, let me get my name on the screen and do a quick introduction, and then we will get started. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click that link in the window where it says John Eric Verbling Teacher, you can follow me to see all my upcoming group classes, and you can also book a private class with me. In private tutoring, I will custom tailor the lessons to your needs. In fact, we will work together to come up with a personal learning plan. Okay? I just ask that you send me a message first because I'm really booked right now, so I can find time for you. That's a little bit about me. Let's get started with the lesson. And what I'm going to do is share the screen with you. Give me just a second. Do a quick review of what we've done before, and then we will get started with our new presentation today. Okay? So, material, the class notes that you see now is the second link in your chat window. And while people are coming in, let's do a quick recap of what we've done so far in the first two classes. So let's update the table of contents. Let's go to summary of class 2 yesterday. And there we go. We've got what we did, so what about it, and now what should we do? The what we did yesterday was this. Yesterday on Tuesday, we focused on describing services that we use and how they make life easier. In fact, we learned a particular way of putting together a sentence, which I'll review, I'll show you again in just a moment. So what? What were you supposed to learn from that? Well, now you can use the key verbs that are important for talking about help, that are important for talking about how services make your life easier. Verbs like help, allow, make something better, and let. Also, you now know that let does not have the to form in the next verb. We don't say let someone to help you, we say let someone help you. So that's a recap yesterday. There's going to be a homework. I haven't posted it yet because I didn't have time to make it. But when I finish it, it'll be posted in the links section up here. Okay? And I will, of course, notify you through the chat window. Okay? Let's get started with something new today. Okay, while I'm loading that, let me just say hello to everyone. So, welcome back, Anna Carolina. Nice to see you again.
Likewise, thank you.
And Mr. Cornell, nice to have you back. How are you?
Nice to see you again.
And Ms. Elena, nice to see you as well.
Hi, John Eric. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
And Mr. Antonio, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. What about you?
I couldn't be better. I'm happy as a clam. I don't know what to say. I'm all right. Okay, so Mr. Antonio, you missed some vocabulary from the other classes, but don't worry, because you'll be able to catch up really quickly, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Here we are, services and systems. If you want to download this presentation, I'll give you the link right now in the chat window. But of course, I'll share my screen with you the whole class. Today, we're going to be working on our business skills. explaining how something works. Particularly, we're going to work on that. Now, of course, we're going to listen to some people explain how something works in just a moment. But before we do, I want us to try something, a little experiment. By the way, let's say a quick hello to Tanya, who's joining us right now. Hello, Tanya. Welcome to class.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Fine, too.
Excellent. Now, before we listen to someone explain a complicated service and complicated systems, which will be useful for you because you're going to see lots of great expressions. But before we do, let's try something really simple. I'm going to explain a service or system that I use. I want you to tell me what service or system I'm describing. If you get it right, I'm going to give you the chance to try one on your own. Listen carefully. Is everyone ready? Ready! Is everyone asleep?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Just making sure. Listen carefully. I'm not going to describe a service. I'm going to describe a system that I use every day. And I want you to listen to not only my directions, but I want you to listen to some key words that I use to make it really clear what to do and when to do it. Here we go. Well, to use this system, first of all, what you do is you open the top and you make sure that there's nothing inside. Then you want to close it. You press the buttons on either side of the top, and when the machine has warmed, right, you have to press them a second time and you have to run water through it. Once that's done, the machine is ready to use. You then open the top again, you put in a capsule, close it, and when you press the button again, you'll get the product that you want. It's always good to remember to run the water through before you do it the next time. What product, what system am I describing? First guess goes to who wants it? Ms. Lena, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I think you are describing a coffee machine.
You think I'm describing a coffee machine? Okay.
Yes.
Was it difficult to understand, or was it pretty easy?
Am I right or wrong?
I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong. I'm not going to tell you. But
For me it was easy to understand, but
Okay, good. Tanya, what do you think? She says a coffee machine. What do you think?
Teacher, I needed to hear again the explanation.
Sure, no problem, no problem. Let's listen one more time, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go a little faster this time,
Okay.
but I'm going to try to say exactly what I said before. Here we go. Well, first of all, you have to lift up the top, make sure that the machine is clear inside, and if it is, you close it, and then you press the buttons and they will blink. They will blink on and off. Once they've stopped, that means the machine has warmed. So you press the buttons a second time, and it will pass water through the machine. Once that has completed, you can then lift up the top again, place in the capsule, close it, and when you press the button the third time, you will get the product that you want. It's always good to remember to run water through the machine before you use it the next time. I think that was what I said the first time. I hope I said it the same. Okay, so I see some guesses out there in the chat window as well. Okay. So, Tanya, what do you think?
I believe it's a coffee machine too.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Don't forget the last syllable. Coffee.
Okay.
Okay.
Coffee. Okay.
And Carolina, what do you think?
I agree, teachers, but I was thinking about the capsule that you have to put inside. It's not a capsule.
It's not?
No, I don't think so.
What is it? You mean there's a better word?
Yes.
I can't think of a better word. Maybe there is, but I can't think of one.
Teacher, it's not a capsule. I don't use a capsule.
But you have a different kind of machine.
Sachet, maybe a sachet, or the powder. I don't know, not a capsule. And I also didn't understand why you have to press the button 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times. It's true. You do. And
no.
And so here in this one, you have to press it once to warm, basically to turn it on, once to run water through it, and once to get your product. Three separate times. By the way, let's just see what Antonio thinks.
I think it is an espresso or something like that.
Antonio, you win the cookie because it is an espresso machine. And here it is. Let's take a look at my Nespresso machine. Can you see it, everyone? There it is.
Wow. What is your favorite? What is your favorite coffee? Indrija or Arpeggio or whatever?
My favorite coffee is whatever one George Clooney is selling to me. I don't care. I like them all.
Wonderful.
So, it actually. So, Anna Carolina, you're absolutely right. There's a kind of we don't call it powder. We call it grains, I guess, coffee grains, because it's ground, but it's inside of a little capsule, right? So it goes in there, and the capsule gets punctured, and the water goes through. I don't really know how it works, to be honest with you. I can't quite figure out how they puncture it and get the water to go through this metal capsule, but it is. Actually, let's take a quick look. I think I have one here. Just because I want to be clear why I said capsule, just because it could be confusing. So there's the new Nespresso. Let's give George Clooney a little boost in his sales. Oh, hold on, I can't do this backwards. There we go. Oh, wait, there we go. There you go.
Whoa, Malabar. I didn't know it.
And I said capsule because they look like this. And I guess the front gets punctured or something like that. So in my case, it is actually a capsule. But you're right. In American coffee especially, they've got those big filters, and it's like grains, and you put it inside, and it's big. And then there's other ways you can make coffee, right? Now, Antonio, you won the cookie. I can't give you a cookie because you're too far away from me.
Thank you.
But I can ask you to describe briefly, a system for us. Describe a system that you use every day, but don't tell us what it is. And think about some of the key words that I use, especially to talk about the process. First.
Oh, okay.
Then, after that, last. So those are some sequence words that you can use. Okay? And anything else you heard me use that is useful, you can use it as well. Do you have something in mind, Antonio?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, go for it. We will guess.
Okay, first you have to press the power button. Then you have to press the button that enables the disk. I don't know how can I say. The place.
Correct it later.
The place.
The best way you can.
The place where you put a disk. a Blu-ray, for example.
Mhm.
Okay, then you put a disc. Finally, press the button, and then you, at last, you can to start to play wherever you want.
Whatever
Okay,
you want.
would you like to repeat it?
I think I got it. Class, you get it? I'm gonna write what you said in the chat window there, Antonio. Did I get it correctly? Antonio, can you see what I wrote?
Uh, I think I have made a mistake
Oh yeah.
because
Okay.
okay, you can play whatever you want, but you have to use a gamepad.
Ah, you have to use. You can play whatever you want if you use a console, isn't it?
Yes, it's an Xbox actually.
Ah. If you use a gaming console. There you
Yes.
go. Excellent. Now we got it.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's see if there's anything we could say to be more clear here. Yeah, I don't know why he gave the answer, Anna Canlita. He cheated. Antonio, we were supposed to guess. You weren't supposed to tell us the answer.
Okay, but because I think you discovered the answer, no?
Not exactly. Not exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Let's take a look at your language for a second. First, you have to press the power
I
button.
guess I'm a spoiler. Sorry.
Spoiler. And then the button. Whoops! I made a little mistake. Then the button where you place the disc. What do you put a CD? So it's like a DVD, isn't it? That you put in there.
Yes, but I don't know how can I say the word where you can put the disc. I don't know.
Okay. I guess it's good question because I don't use them, so I don't really know. I guess it's the drawer, maybe?
Yes,
The
yes.
drawer? Yeah, I think that's it. So then the button for the drawer where you put the DVD. Instead of saying then, Antonio, the next then is going to change to an after that. Just to be clear that it's a new step. You want to keep using different sequencers each new step.
Okay.
So I'm going to change that. So after that, last you can play whatever you want if you use a console. Okay, so just a few changes. You can see it now. Basically, first, then, after that, last. Excellent.
Okay.
We have time for one more. Who's got a system for us? Want to try one more? This time, don't tell us the answer.
Okay. Okay.
Does anyone else have a system for us? Going once?
Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. First, you open the door of the machine. Then you organize the stuff inside. You put a tablet inside it. Then you close the door. Finally, you press a button. More than one button. You can choose. And then uh, when it's finish, you open the door and you take the stuff and put it in another place. Put them in another place.
You open the door and take out the stuff. Is that right?
when
and put
it's
it in another
finishing.
place.
Yes, when
When it
it's
finishes,
finished.
right.
Yes.
Take out the stuff, and instead of say put it in another place, it would be more clear if you said and put it away, because probably it has a particular place it needs to go. Am I
Ah,
right?
yes, yes,
Right?
right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
very good. I'm going to write. I tried to write everything you said. Anna Carolina, tell me if I got it correct in the chat window. Did I get it right?
Ah, yes, but inside without space.
Huh? Did I make a mistake? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. I made a typo. Okay, class. Particularly Mr. Cornell, who's been unusually quiet. Not just Cornell, but particularly Cornell.
Because this describing is not too close to me.
Well, what do you think?
uh, Cafe system and something like that.
I doubt it's coffee in this case. I doubt. Especially because of the ending. She says you have to put things in another place or put them away. I don't think so. Lena, what do you think?
I'm not sure. Probably a microwave or oven or something like that to make the food warm or just to.
No, no,
No.
no.
There's there's a
It's you put a tablet, or
yeah.
sometimes it can be a powder
What?
inside.
You're
Uh,
missing the
I
word tablet. That's why, Lena. She's saying you forgot about the
or
tablet.
or or a powder.
Tablet or
Powder.
powder. Yeah.
Yes,
Powder.
or a tablet.
Washing
You
machine.
need yes, but which kind?
You mean which brand?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, which kind of washing machine? To wash
To wash
what?
what? To wash what?
Yes. Oh,
I think Tanya knows this one. I think Tanya is an expert in
No.
washing machines. Am I right?
No.
because I
Why?
didn't say close.
That's true.
Closing.
Mm,
Any guesses?
no.
Wow, really?
Aquí it's a washing machine, no? It's a clothes washing machine.
I didn't say close.
Uh-oh, not
I
close.
said stuff because if
Ah,
if I if I told you the name of all stuff, you would guess immediately.
or a dishwasher.
Yes.
It is a dishwasher.
Okay,
Excellent.
okay.
Okay, good. Now, Anna Carolina, the only thing I would change is maybe the connectors. It's always good to vary them. So for example, the first then is good. The next then could be an after that. It's not that it makes a big difference, but especially if you have a few steps, it helps to separate them in the mind of the listener. So then you put a tablet inside it. After that, by the way, you also can take out the U's. You don't actually have to say you because you're giving us directions. First, open the door, then organize the stuff inside. Not organize, but arrange. Arrange sounds better. Arrange the stuff inside. Then put a tablet inside. After that, close the door and press the buttons for the settings. In this case, the word settings will help make it more clear that you're going to set the time, you know, it's the duration, it's the heat, or whatever you want to do. Those are called settings, the parameters. And then, when it finishes, you open the door and take out the stuff and put it away. Maybe I could even say put it in its place. Another way to say it. Okay? So those are some suggestions you can see in the chat window. The main suggestion is don't forget to vary your connectors. Okay? Okay, very good. Now, those were some easy systems. Let's listen to something that's a little bit more complex. Because when you're working, undoubtedly, you're going to be dealing with IT systems and other things like that. So, much more complex. Not hard to understand, because the English will be simple, but the systems will be complex. So let's figure out how we can talk about those. So, explaining how something works and comparing an old system with a new system. Why do companies need databases? Tanya, because I know you know a lot about databases.
Yes.
Why does it help? Why is it necessary?
So in my case, it's we need to get all the information to compare with oh God to compare with the results of the our analysis.
Analysis.
So it's very analysis. Okay, analysis. So it's very important that we search in many databases, in many human database to compare and see which one is which how can I say
data?
Yeah, data is it's good or not for our patient.
And Tanya, you could also say that data is relevant or not. Relevant.
Sorry, teacher?
Take a look in the chat window. Data is relevant or not.
Okay, yes, is relevant or not. That's it.
Okay, so what you're saying is, in your case, databases are important for basically collecting
information.
Collecting and collecting and maybe comparing.
Yes.
Data. I would say data rather than information. Information is very vague, but data is like numbers.
Okay.
Very specific. Okay, very good, very good. And Lena, what sort of database, what sort of information, or what sort of, let's use the word data, what sort of data can go in a database? I mean, we've got many kinds of databases. Think about your experience, Lena. What kind of data can be stored in a database at a company?
I think different databases, administrative, expensive, for example, or just I think some kind of expenses, or for example, how many different goods or products or services were sold or rendered.
Okay. Sales, so sales information.
Sales information, then probably inventory information.
Inventory.
Inventory information.
Careful with that word. Not invent, but inventory.
Inventory information.
Yeah, good, good. So we have administrative information. Maybe expense accounts can be stored. Sales information, inventory, all of this. And we saw a bit of that the other class because we saw the guy with the barcode scanner, and that was at a courier service. So it's not just inventory, but it's, you know, for shipping as well, and cataloging. It's another word, cataloging. Cornell, do you use a database?
Of course. I was using some database like SAP.
SAP.
Do you know SAP?
All the relevant information related to a company's activities, I guess.
Yeah, it is similar to Oracle. Oracle is American, SAP is German.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So SAP versus
SAP
Oracle.
is made from Germany, and Oracle is made from US, as far as I know.
Okay, okay. Now, with SAP,
It is another name is ERP system.
Mm-hmm. Could you write that in the chat window so I can see?
Yeah. I give you a link.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Okay. By the way, do any of you use SAP systems? In American English, I think we call them SAP, if I'm not mistaken. Do any of you use these? These are really heavy-duty
Yes.
beta. Oh yeah, what do you do with them, Antonio?
Yes, I really use it, and in fact, I would like to work as a SAP consultant in Dublin.
Ah, really?
Yes, I'm studying about it, and well, I will try it.
Salary is very good for SAP consultant and SAP expert.
Thank you very much.
If you get the job, will you hire me as your SAP? I don't know what is it when you don't have any skills like me. Amateur?
Well, like a junior or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's it. Hire me as a junior, please.
Of course, all of you.
No, just me.
Thank you, Lena.
Very good, very good. Well, so I think that we have some idea about what databases are. Now, are they easy to use? Are they easy to use? Because when I think of databases, I think of things that are hidden behind a user interface that I don't have to deal with directly. I only have to deal with the results of the database, but I don't deal with them directly. I just fill in little forms on a website and I get results, right? So are they typically easy to use? If you're dealing, Antonio and Cornell, if you're programming databases and stuff like that, do you need to keep the user in mind when you do your work?
Okay, it depends on the application you can do. For example, for business accountancy is very more, I don't know how can I say, but it's always the same. It's very automatically all. But
It's automated.
yes, but I think that yes, once you know how it works, it's very easy to use.
For whom? For you or for the end user?
I don't know. I think everybody can use it in an easy way.
Okay, very good, very good.
Yeah, it is integrated system. And it means that it includes many models like sales and distribution, material management, finance and controlling, and so on, so on. So it is integrated. It is a advantage for it.
So when you say there's many modules, did you say?
Modules, yeah, modules.
Okay, but in English, what does that mean? Put in plain English. You mean that there's
modules, parts, like sales and distribution, material management, and finance and controlling, and so on, so on.
So on and so forth is the expression. So on and so forth. Well, I guess you could say so on and so on. I guess you could say both, actually. So on and so on. We have another one. So on and so forth. So what you're saying is that there's already things that exist that you just plug in, and they are useful for different kinds of businesses or industries or tasks. So it's in that way you've got something ready to go, and your database, I guess, is kind of pre-programmed in many ways. Did I get that right? Did I not get that right? Maybe I misunderstood. Cornell, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking for the models on internet.
This is way too technical. When you say module, do you mean that it's something pre-programmed that you could just set up your database very quickly, that it's already basically ready to go? Is that what you mean by module? Because otherwise, I'm lost. I don't know what it means. Or Antonio, maybe you can shed some light.
Sorry?
I don't understand what is module. I don't understand what it means.
Module is a part. ERP is I don't know.
Enterprise resource planning.
Yes, yes. It is used to manage all your company. Then a module is one part of your company. For example, engineering or production or finance or controlling or something like that, or maintenance. For example, I used to work as an industrial maintenance engineer.
Right.
We had a module in SAP, in SAP for
Right.
maintenance. Then accountancy or financial, they had another module
Right.
totally independent for maintenance for them. And then all these modules together are
Mhm.
the SAP Enterprise Resource Planning.
So you can. Do you buy a SAP system? Do you buy an SAP system?
No, not at all. For example, you buy only a module in SAP. For example, if you want financial accounting and maintenance, but you don't need investment management, you only have to buy those modules, because SAP is very, very, very expensive. So
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
is
very good.
a module is a part of the SAP.
Well, let's do this. We're going to talk about a database that's not quite so specific as this, and you can tell me how realistic this is going to be, because of course this is scripted, what you're going to hear. And it's a little bit out of date. At the time this material was written, SAP was not maybe as developed as it is now, I have a feeling. So here's what we're going to do. A hotel chain, you're going to be listening to a dialogue here. A hotel chain has a new customer database for all its hotels. It is being presented to the hotel manager and her staff for the very first time. You're going to be listening for the general idea first, and you should be able to, or you should try, to answer these 5 questions. What was one of the disadvantages of the old database? Number 2, when can they use the new database? Number 3, how is it similar to the old database? Number 4, what is new about it? And number 5, what does the hotel manager suggest as a problem with the new system? So this is a really good example of a very typical meeting that you'd have to encounter at your job. Implementation of a new system. And then Antonio and Cornell, you can tell me how realistic you think this is, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Here we go. Everyone listen carefully and see if you can answer all 5 questions. If you need to, I'll be happy to do the listening twice. By the way, I can't actually play the audio, so I'm going to have to read it to you. If you really, really, really have trouble understanding, or if it's too difficult, you can always cheat and go forward to slide 5 and 6. Okay? But I'd like you to try to do it as only a listening the first time. Here we go. Are you ready? Ready.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I worry that no one's listening to me. Here we go. Presenter. Oh, I'm sorry. This is kind of like an interview. So you've got the not an interview. I'm sorry. This is not an interview. Sorry. This is like a presentation. You've got the presenter explaining the system, the staff, and then the manager. So the main dialogue is between the manager and the presenter. Here we go, the presenter. Thanks for coming today. As you know, we have a new customer database. The staff, oh, blah, 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 blah. So staff are concerned. Manager, well, nothing could be as slow as the old system. Presenter, yes, well, as I say, the good news is we have a new database, but the bad news is that it will take a few weeks before we can use it in all our hotels. Now, it might seem a bit difficult to use it first, but in fact it's very simple. Your staff will need some training on how to use it. So the purpose of today is for you to start to become familiar with it. Now, up on screen, you can see what happens when you open the program. It looks very similar to the old database. But what's different is this bottom half. As soon as you type in the details, it starts to suggest what kind of room the customer might like and what rooms are free that match the description. In other words, as well as giving the customer more of what they want, it also makes it quicker to process a booking for a regular customer and give them their favorite room. Manager, will it let me make notes on the client? Presenter, yes, you can type notes into this section here for future reference. For example, if you want to advertise a special promotion to male customers over the age of 40, then it will tell you exactly who they are. Manager, how does it know what to match? Presenter, oh, well, it has these drop-down menus which allow you to categorize the information when the booking is taken. The more detailed the information, the better the match. So, on the one hand, it'll take you more time to get the information, but on the other hand, we think it'll save time later on. Manager, so what happens when the customer doesn't want to tell you their age, for example? Presenter, well, obviously one downside is that you can't demand the information. But on the plus side, the customer can book online now, and hopefully they'll give us the extra information then. In other words, the more they tell us, the quicker the booking is the next time they call. Okay, I hope that was pretty clear. Bye, Cornell. Nice to have you. I hope that was pretty clear. Let's see if you got the gist. Okay? Anna, take number 1 for us. Tell me if you know the answer.
Okay. The one of the disadvantages of the old database, it was too slow.
Absolutely. One of them was that it was too slow. Okay?
Okay.
And there might be others, but I think that was really the main disadvantage, was the speed. Okay, very good. Antonio, tell me what you have for number 2. By the way, if any of you disagree or have different answers, just speak up. We're going to compare answers.
When can they use the new database? I think in few weeks' time they can use the new database.
Exactly. So they can't use it right away. It has to be implemented or something like that. Okay, very good. Lena, what do you think about number 3?
Yes, I didn't catch it, but I think just the new database is similar to old database. Probably the same. You use the same. I don't know how to say it in English. The same. Out of the same desktop or something like that.
Same interface.
Interface. I wanted to say interface. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think you're right. That's what I got out of it too. It looks the same, but there are some differences. In fact, Tanya, let's talk about the differences. What is different about it, according to what you heard?
I will try, teacher. I believe in the new database you can put details about the clients, something like that. You can put more information.
Yeah, I think you're right. So you can add more details than before. Instead of just a name, you can put characteristics of your client. Okay?
Yes.
I think you're right about that. Give me just a second here. Oh, got to open a PDF on my computer. I want to make sure that I'm not missing any information. So let me look at my notes, which are in a PDF. Hang on 1 second here. We are in customer. No, customer 5. No, give me a second. Hold on. Almost there. One moment. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm missing something here. What details, you might not remember this, but if you can, what details can you add, Tanya or group? What details, when we mentioned there's something new about it, so what details can be added that couldn't be added before?
Can I?
Yes, please.
For example, what rooms are free?
Good. What rooms are free, so availability, and also what type of room too.
I think as long as you type something, the system suggests you to give you a particular room.
Very good. By the way, it doesn't suggest you, because that's Spanish. It just suggests.
Okay. Thank you.
We never suggest we never suggest someone, we just suggest something. So the system suggests rooms, in other words, something. Or, Antonio, you could say the system makes suggestions right away. Makes suggestions as you type. Okay? And let's see. Well, Anna Carolina, oh, I did you already, the first one. I'm lost. I don't know who's next. I'm lost.
Okay, no,
Who's
it's
next?
me. It's me because we are 5.
Okay, go ahead. Number 5, last one.
Okay. What does the hotel manager suggest? It's a problem with the new system. You would take a time to type the information to and also you cannot demand information if the customer doesn't say, you cannot require it.
Okay, right.
You can waste the time, but in the future it will save time, and also they can. Can I say some benefits?
Sure, yeah.
They can book online, and in the future it will save time.
Absolutely. So if they give the information freely, then it'll save time in the future. And how do we get the information? Well, booking online probably will allow them to get the information because the people should just volunteer it. So they don't have to get it over the phone like the old booking system, I suppose. By the way, one more point there. It won't work as well without this detailed information. So there's going to be no benefits if people don't give this extra information that's meant to make their booking more efficient. So that's maybe a drawback. It just won't work as well without it. So there'd be no point in spending all this money for the new database unless you get the new information. Okay, very good. I think you've all got the gist. I want to focus on the language as well. So take a look. I'm on slide 7 now. And I know you've only heard it one time, but let's see how many of these key expressions you're able to match up. Okay? Make an educated guess if you're not sure. And you can always cheat by going back and looking at slides 6 and 5 to see the transcript, or 4 and 5, I think it is. So your goal is to match 1 to 8 to A to H, and then we're going to listen or review the text to see if you got the right keyword. This is how we discuss benefits and drawbacks. How we discuss benefits and drawbacks. We are on Tanya for number 1. What is the matching phrase with number 1?
The good news is, let me see.
Remember, you're not going to get all the information of the original sentence. You're just matching the 2 parts of this phrase.
Okay. It starts to H?
I don't agree.
No, so I don't know.
If you have good news, Tanya, you might have what? What goes with good news? You know the expression, you've got pros and cons, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So if you have good news, you
okay. The good news is, but the bad news is something like that.
Exactly. So the bad news is letter C. So
Okay.
1 matches with C. The good news is that it has new features. The bad news is exactly. Okay? Lena, 2.
Okay.
Lena, number 2.
Yes, I'm here. It might seem a bit difficult to use at first, but in fact it's very simple.
Correct.
Oh, thank you.
Nothing more to say. You got it right. Antonio, 3.
It looks very similar too, but what's different is
Perfect. So far, so good. We're on a roll. Anna, number 4.
As soon as you give the information, it starts to.
Good. So H, right? 4, it matches with H.
Yes.
Very good, very good. Back to Tanya for 5.
In the other words, as well as.
What was that? 5 is, in other words, is, oh, you didn't match it yet. Okay, sorry.
Yes, I'm trying to find the answer.
As well as being, as well as going, as well as doing.
Okay. My teacher, I don't know.
Tanya, I'm going to give you a big hint. Are you ready?
Yes.
Não somos também. Como se diz em inglês? Não somos também. How do you say that in English? Do you know?
Let me see. Is in the other word as well as.
Because if you translate that, then you'll be able to see what this is. Any Portuguese or Spanish speakers translate that?
Yeah.
Não somos também. Mas também.
it also.
And the first part, não só. No solo, mas também. Também. So the first part is not.
Letter B.
So the answer is letter B. Correct. That's right. As well as it also. And the expression I was saying is really universal. So in a Latin language or in English, you say the same thing. Not only, but also. Now, so much também. Not only, but also. Okay? So here, the not only is the same as in other words. It's equivalent.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, Tanya. Lena, what about number 6?
Number 6. The more, the better.
Exactly.
Thank
The
you.
more, the better. The more you do it, the better you'll get. Number 7, Antonio.
On the one hand, but on the other hand,
Yeah, that one's easy. Everyone knows that one. That's too easy. Too easy. Anna, last one. Number 8.
One downside is, oh my gosh, teacher.
What is it?
One downside is, mm, but on the plus side,
Correct. Correct. So, all of these expressions we've just matched up are ways to compare and to contrast. Not only, but also. The pro is, but the con is. Pros and cons. The downside, the plus side, or the upside. If you say down, you can say up. So it could be down and up. The downside is, but the plus side is. Well, we're not going to have time to actually do a full speaking activity at the end of class today, but that's okay because we had a good speaking activity in the beginning of class. So you did have some time, some opportunities there. But before we run out of time, we've got just a minute left. Let's do one last thing to get these expressions into your head. I want you to categorize them. It says at the bottom, put the phrases in exercise 3 into these categories. And we've got comparing and contrasting first. And then we've got describing what something does or how it works. So compare contrast is A, describing is B. I'm going to call out an expression. You tell me where it goes. The good news is, whoops, what is it? No, I forgot. The good news is, but the bad news is. A or B, class? Scream. Scream on the top of your lungs.
A.
It is A, exactly. It might seem difficult at first, but in fact it's very simple. The answer is A or B?
A.
A is correct. Again, let's just go through the list. It looks very similar to, but what's different is A or B? Tanya, Lena.
I would say B.
Me too.
I would say A.
A?
Yeah.
Because the difference is...
It looks similar to, but...
But the difference...
But is the contrast word, so it's got to be A. It's not just a description. Okay, look at number 4. As, what is number 4 again? As soon as you, it starts to. As soon as you open it up, it starts to blink. As soon as you turn it on, it heats up. It starts to heat up.
B.
B.
This is a description, exactly. So 4 is B. And 5. In other words, as well as, what was the other half of 5? As well as, it also, as well as being cheap, it's also good.
B.
B again? No, B.
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 There's no contrast.
Okay.
It's as well as, which means and. There's no contrast. So it's describing what something looks like and giving an additional detail, but it's still B. Look at 6, 7, and 8. Are they all comparing and contrasting, or are they all descriptions? What do you think?
6 is B.
Good.
7 is A.
Huh?
And 8 is A.
Huh?
No?
Yes, I agree.
7 and 8 are definitely A. And 6, the more, the better, is B. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yes, you're right. You're right. Let me ask you before we go. We're actually a bit over time, but just let me get your opinion before you go. Do you think this class is too difficult or too easy or just right?
For me, it's great.
It's good.
I think
Antonio, Lena?
it's good too.
It's good the way it is. Okay.
I
Do you
think I think this class is great. That's why I'm all this week with you.
Okay, very good. Is there anything that I could do to make it more interesting, to make it more fun, to make it more relevant? Or do you think it's okay the way it is? Remember, the classes are supposed to end with a speaking activity, but today we actually did it in the beginning of class. That's why we're not ending with it. In tomorrow's class, we will put together our skills and give you a chance to practice. Let's do this. If there's any suggestions you have, just send me a message in the message window. Okay?
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank
Bye
you.
for now.
Bye.
Bye for now. See
Bye
ya.
bye. See you.
Bye-bye.
See ya.